Why it is running like this? Sorry, I run it on origin. Okay, so we were able to create what do we say? Movie data, right? So in the local storage we had these movies. Now booking, right? So whatever the movies are there, that user should be able to book. Okay, so again we don't have login form and anything, but booking form, booking flow we have to complete. Okay, now so here we have the booking form. So let's say booking customer name, phone number, movie show. So here we have to show whatever the movies we have added. Then if I select a particular movie, that particular movie shows has to be come over here. So it's a dependent drop down. If this drop down change, other drop down value also is dependent on it. Okay. Then booking date, seat, rate we don't have to show it over here. Rate we have to get from this selected movie. Okay. And note. So these two things we don't need. So let's remove it. Rate we don't need and note also we don't need. Number of seat, booking date. Booking date we will go with current date only. No need it from UI. Fine. Okay. So let's add respective property ID is equal to txt name mobile. This is your drop down where we are going to show all the movies, whatever we have added. DPDL movies. Then one more dependent drop down that will be for shows. DPDL shows. Then your seats, how many seats you want. Txt seats. Fine. Now, on click of confirm booking, so before confirm booking, first, whenever we add the movie, same movie should get added over here. So whenever we add the movie, currently the card is getting created. As same time, that movie should get added over here also, right? So on the page load also, whatever the movies we have added, that we have to add it over here. Okay. So this is the drop down. So just like print movies, we need another function. Function create add movies to drop down. Okay. Again, we have this for loop on in this array. We are going to get the data, right? So we will iterate for. Now, how many loops are there in JavaScript? How many loops are there in JavaScript? Different loops.
Sir, three types.
Which one?
For
Hmm.
For
do.
each.
For in is also there.
Yes,
Right?
sir, for emails.
So instead of now, whenever you are doing also practice now, every time instead of just do we say using the normal for loop, sometimes use just a minute. Instead of just using a normal for loop, sometimes use for each, sometimes use for in, sometimes use for of also. Okay, let's try to use for each. Now here we have to provide your array, that is movie list dot is. Now here what do we need to create? What is the purpose of this function? We have to create options of the movies, and that you would need to add it into that drop down, right? So here where movie opt is equal to dynamically we have to create the option. So document dot create element round bracket. What we have to create? Option. Okay. Now in option, what do we use? We have to set the value also, na? Movie name, element dot movie name, correct? So where do we set it? Getting it? What I'm asking? We have created option, but inside option, we have to add our movie name also, na? Yes or no?
Yes.
So option is the input element or display element?
Display element.
Display element, right? So how do we set the value into the display element? Our inner
Inner
text,
HTML. Inner text.
inner text is equal to element. Here directly you get the element dot, what was it? Movie name. Okay. So you got the option. Then this option you have to push. You have to append to this drop down. So document dot get element by ID, round bracket, double quote, dot append. You have to use movie option over here. Okay. And this function you will call after this. Let's save. Let's save. See. But this static data is also there. We have to remove the static data. Select movie. Okay. So whatever the movie we have, that movies are coming over here. And same function, this function, we need to call once we save it also. Just like print movies we are calling in the save function. Once we save, again our drop down also should get populated, right? So this we will call it over here also. But again, the same problem. If we call it again, so it won't consider, first we have to remove the existing one also, right? Otherwise it will duplicate everything. So this, we will add it over here, dot inner HTML. Okay. Yesterday we had the same issue, right? It was getting repeated. So same thing will happen over here also. Okay. Now, once we select any movie, if I select a border 2, so border 2 has 2 shows. So these 2 shows should come over here. If I select another, whatever the movie I am selecting, that show should come over here. Now tell me how we will write this logic. How we will write this logic?
Find by on change.
On change, we will
We
get the
call
movie name, right?
movies.
Then
Yeah.
how you will get the shows? On change, you will just get the movie name. For that movie name, you need the respective shows also, na? Then you will bind it dynamically. How you will get the shows of the particular selected movie? Array, it's easy, na? From your array,
Yeah.
from your array, you will find the particular element with the movie and then you will get the show. Correct? Yes or no? In movie array, you have a whole data. You will find particular movie by movie name. Then you get the object. From that object, you will get the shows. Then you iterate on it. Correct?
Yeah.
So see. So we have this drop down. Now here on change, on movie selected. Function on movie selected. Okay. Now here first we need to read the selected drop down value. So where selected movie. Again document dot, we have a function, right? Get value. So get value, our drop down ID, that is DPDL movie. So this function will get you the ID of that selected movie. Okay. Now we have movie array, right? From this array, we need to find it. So movie array, sorry, where movie obj is equal to movie array, movie list dot find filter. Which method I should use?
Find.
Right? Because filter also we can use or no?
Yeah.
For multiple elements, we use filter.
Yeah.
But in this scenario, can we use filter?
Only one element. So find we use.
No. Yeah, find is correct. But I'm saying, can we use filter also?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, filter
Obvious.
also because list of elements you.
Yeah. So my question is, can we or can we not? Yes or no?
You can. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, can we
But
use?
your if condition will check. Always, if you use filter, you have to select square bracket of 0. Correct? Because it will return
Yeah.
an array na, and you need first element.
First element
Okay.
of index.
So
Yes,
instead
sir.
of going that, find is the better one. You don't have to extract 0. Find will get you the first matching element. Okay. Dot movie name equal to whatever the selected movie we have. Okay. This will get you current movie object. Whatever the movie has selected, that movie object you will get. Now you have to use foreign. Okay. Foreign of movie object. Here you will get the complete movie object where you have to iterate dot shows. Shows is the property now. Yeah. Okay. So in loop I'm using now, but in loop will get you keys, right? Or it will give you element. You have seen that now, it was giving us keys only. Let's try. In or off was that like that. Someone was just giving the keys. We said na ki for in or for off we can use it on object to iterate. Border 2. So we got the movie name. See, current object also we got. We got shows. Oh yeah, we didn't add a debugger inside. We get 0. Okay. So for off. So for in normally we use it on the object because it will help you to iterate on the keys. Okay. So we have to use for off. Here also it behaves same or not? Element object. Let's try. We are getting proper data over here. First show, second show, third show. Okay. So always remember foreign will get you key value pair kind of data. So if we normally use foreign only on the object, if you have to iterate on the object keys. Okay. So we will use for off. Now here, what we need to do inside for loop? What we need to do?
Create element like we did and have it as an option. Find
We
it
have
to
we have to create option and then that option we need to add it over here. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. So where show opt is equal to document dot create element. Again, we have to create option. Show option dot inner text is equal to element, just the element because it's a array of string. Then document dot get element by ID, round bracket, dpdl shows dot append, and we have to append our show option. Okay. Let's save and check. So if I select border old, in border old, I have only one shows 10 to 12. So it will go inside, it will create option, added the text, and it will append. See, if I select 3 idiot, 3 idiot has 3 shows 1 to 3 and 6 to 9. So for loop will iterate 2 times. What is wrong now?
Clear the div, the first one. Before
This
it
was
read.
from old movie, right? But this didn't got clear. So again, the same thing, right? So whenever you are iterating, you have to, and if you are appending somewhere, so you have to clear it first, right? So dot inner HTML is equal to empty. Then this problem won't be there. So border two shows, Three Idiots, Jurassic Park, different shows. Getting it? Okay. Now, so we just need to do the calculation now. Now here I wanted to explain one more thing. So this is our form, right? So what we have done, everywhere we have added a different value, different text box value. Instead of doing this, do we have any another way? It is not possible every time to give ID. Let's say you have 100 elements. So will in your form. So will you give ID to 100 element and read data like that? Sometimes it will be difficult. So instead of this, what we can do?
It's a form element.
Form element means form data you are saying? Name.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that is one way. Another way, I don't want to give ID on every element, but on click of button, I should be able to get all the form element value. Anyone? Can we use on change over here? On change or on input? Can we use on input on every text box? And then we will extract the value. Whenever that value change, we will store it into our object. See, one way of doing it, on click of save, you will read one by one particular text box and you will get it. Another way is on every text box or drop down, you will call a function. And in that function, you will keep on updating the value of the respective field. Understood? Second way. First way, everyone is clear. On click of button, I will read every element value. Then I will get the form value. That is clear to everyone? What is the first way I'm talking? What we did basically over here in add movie, in save movie, see like this. Every text box value we got and we were able to create the object. But here I'm saying I don't want to give the ID to every element. Whenever the customer value, this text box value get changed, my function should trigger, and whatever the value you have, that value should get stored into your customer variable. Is it possible? And I won't create multiple function for every element. A single function will do everything. How you will create that function? You understood what I'm asking or not? I will write it, then check if you are able to relate or not. On form value changes. Okay. Now this function will have two parameters, event and key. This text box data where we have to store in our object. Okay. So cust name. Okay. Copy over here. Here cust phone. Okay. Here we already have it now. On movie selected. Now same logic we cannot call. Okay, on input is there now. So we can call here movie name. Here show, and last one sit. Number of sits. Now understood? So on every element you are calling a same function, but you are passing parameter value. Event, then because of this event you will get the selected value, means that element value, and you will be able to know whatever the element from which element this event got triggered, where you have to store that value. Okay, so see. So first we have to create an object where booking obj. What do we have? Now whatever the field, nothing but we said, that are nothing but properties from our object. First, then we have cust phone, movie name, show, and number of sets. Okay. So we have created an object. Whenever we are calling this function, we get event and key name. Two properties we are passing now whenever we are calling this function. Your event and what key. Okay. So where value is equal to. So event dot target dot value. You will get the value. Now that value you have to store it into object. Let me first show you. How we access the object? How do we access an object, or how do we set the value to the object? This is your object, right? I want to set the values to this particular key value pair data. How many ways are there?
Dot.
Guys,
I mean,
I want
booking
to
object
set,
dot.
By using object and dot.
right. That is one way. Another way?
New keyword.
No.
Square bracket.
Square bracket, no.
Yep.
Right. When we saw object, I show you there are two ways to deal with the object. One is using dot operator, another is using square bracket. Why do we have the second option, square bracket?
Index properties.
If your key, right? Currently, this is your object. From this object, which key data you have to update, that key name you are getting from over here. So whenever your key name you are getting from some another variable, so you have to use this way. Understood? Because here you don't know na ki this same function is getting triggered from all the element. Getting it? So how you hard code you cannot use. You cannot use dot. How you will use dot? Because key is dynamic, right? So that's why this way is useful. So key name is equal to value. Okay, let's debug this code. This is what I was asking. So let's say now on every, what do we say, on every value change, it will trigger every keyboard. Okay. So we got C over here. Okay. And key name we got customer name. So object dot this value. This is object dot customer name is equal to C. Just a minute.
You went to the movie theater with Brie.
Huh?
You went to the movie theater with Brie.
No?
Yeah.
10 o'clock?
10:50.
So you walking tomorrow, guy?
Hmm?
You walking tomorrow?
So I'm taking a nap.
Stand there.
I mean,
Understood? How we are
Yeah.
doing it?
Still do stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Outside I walk, you know. Yeah,
You're
just go
not,
walk.
Michael. Okay. So instead of currently what type of event we have used? On input. So instead of on input, we can use on blur. When does this event will trigger? On blur? when this event will trigger on blur,
Lost focus or maybe.
right? When your focus is out. Okay. So see now it will work fine. So it will help, it will let you to write, complete it. Okay. Once your focus is out, currently your focus is over here. Once your focus is out, then your function will trigger. Okay. You got the whole text box value. Then that text box value you are updating in your key. What is the key name? Customer name. See. Understood? This is done. Once you focus out, now your key name is mobile, cusp phone. You got the value that you are updating to this. Getting it? So you don't have to read every time text box value for number of lines. At least 5 lines will be there, right? 5 properties are there, so 5 number of lines will be there. So now instead of that, your work is done with just 2 number of line. Getting is understood why we have
Yes.
gone with this way and why it is better.
If we had not used this object way, then we would have kept the value with that get element by id dot value.
Right. If you don't do like this, no, means your question is if you don't had the object, then
So
we
we
have to
would
go with the other way. No.
no,
In other way also you can do, if you have different variable, then it will be little hard. Then you have to write if else for event, key name, right? But in case of object, this is the very proper way to do it. Okay. Let's check the drop down also if it is working. Border to key name, event. Yeah. In drop down also it is working fine. Three to 6. So see all the data we are properly getting. Let's say 3 sets I need. Got it? Whole form data we are able to retrieve properly. Now on click of save, you have data already in your object. In that save event, you don't have to worry about reading the text box value and getting the value, right? Your object is ready. Understood? So that's what I'm saying. When you work with JavaScript, you have a exposure to work on your logic. In Angular, it is very easy. You create an object, you bind it with ng model. You cannot think beyond that, right? But in JavaScript, to do one thing, there are multiple ways, right? Frameworks force you to do particular thing in a particular way only. But native thing, right? That's why so many people will love your React.js because there is no certain way that this thing you can do in this way only. It's a plain JavaScript or TypeScript. You can do it in multiple ways, but in Angular it is not like that. It is your hands are tied. If you want to hide and show, yeah, go with ng for and at the rate for your control flow statement. If you want to iterate, that is only right. But in plain JavaScript, there are multiple way what you can explore. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. All the logical tasks, whatever we have now, try it with JavaScript first. If you have done all the tasks in JavaScript now, then working with Angular, you will be able to relate. Yeah, in JavaScript it was fun writing the code, but in Angular it is very easy now. Okay, so you got the object. Now you just have to print it and the calculation part. How many which movie he has selected. According to that, we just need to show the bill. Okay. So over here in confirm booking on click. Now one more. I don't think I have explained it when we saw events. So on this button click, we have to call a function. Okay. So let's say function confirm booking. Now this function we need to call on this button click. Okay. One way is on click. You will call your function. Right? Whatever the function you have. This is one way. Is there any another way? Is there any another way or should be there any another way? To read the object data, we have two ways, right? To read the form value, we have seen either you go with the ID key value, the class name, like this also, so many multiple ways. So just like in the event also, will it be possible that we can have more ways rather than just this? Even if you don't know, just think, will it be possible, or JavaScript might have added more ways to just register any function on the any event?
Event listener.
It should be possible or not? That this is not the only way. There should be more ways.
You're talking about form.
Hmm.
Form on submit.
Form event, no. Form event, I'm not saying.
Event listener.
Hmm?
Event listener.
Voice is not clear. See, this is one way of doing it. Okay. Another way is you can use document dot get element get element by ID. Let's give ID BTN from booking. I will select this element. I got the element button. Then over here, I have a function add event listener. Okay. Then type. What is the event type? Click. And your event listener object function. So your function. Okay. Either this is hardcore way. On the element, you will write the onClick and you will call the function. Another way is you can select the element and register an event. Means on this element, you are adding an event listener. What is the event listener? What type of event you are listening? Click event. And if this event get triggered, this is the function we have to execute. See, I will add debugger over here. So in the HTML on the button, we don't have any click event. Okay. On click of confirm. Where? We added debugger, right? So we didn't save or what? Oh. See, your function got triggered. So that is the hard code way where you are registering on the element. Another way is whatever you are doing it over here, right? On click, you are writing on the element. Same thing you are doing dynamically. You are selecting the button element, adding an event listener. This is the event type. And if this event get triggered, this function you have to invoke. Same thing. It's working. Okay. So whenever your UI is dynamic, so this is the only way what you can add. Okay. Whenever your UI is dynamic, this is how you add events on the dynamic UI. Okay. Clear all? What is the dynamic UI in our case? This is dynamic,
Yes.
right? So let's say this button. If you want to write event on this button, click. Okay. So when you are creating dynamic UI, where is that? Print movies, not? So here, let's add one class. So BTN book sit. I'm adding a class. Okay. So this button is dynamically. So you cannot right click over here. Here you cannot right click. Okay. Because your button, everything is created dynamically. So whenever your UI is getting created dynamically, so this is the way how you register an event. So this is a class, right? So instead of get element, so get element by class name, you have to provide class name over here. Same function I'm calling. Okay. Why it is not triggering? Or we need to register it after every time. Be on mute. Be on mute. Why it is not registering over here? Or because it's a string value, then that we are adding it over here. jQuery, it used to work. Because this is a string, right? And that string we are appending. Let's try by query children. Document dot query. Okay, so on the page load it is happening now. Our UI, this is what we are doing on the page load. But our what do we say? Our dynamic UI is getting created over here. So let's try to move this over here after the for loop. Let's see if it works over here or not. Breaking over here. It is not able to find it.
Can we get it by ID?
No, wait.
We are not
Save. Wait,
we are again accessing.
Still it is breaking.
Class name with the dot I button
Class.
book seat.
No, in case of query children, it is with dot. But class
Okay.
name, this is the definite method, na? So it is not able to find the UI. Or let's give it query selector and then dot. With query selector, we have to provide the dot. In case of ID, hash. Let's try now. If we would have manually created this button, just like here, we have created this parent div, then it would have worked. But in case of HTML, it is not able to find. Let's try to ask ChatGPT. Add event listener, not working. Let's say the first element. Okay, query selector on the first element, but inside the for loop, you are creating multiple buttons. This line runs before all buttons are properly handled. Only the first button sometimes none, or sometimes none also. Query selector all. Let's try like this. With query selector, all it is working because query selector will get you single element, but this button is multiple, right? So that's why we have to first get all the elements, then we are registering on the specific button like this. So query selector all will get you multiple matching element because this class is present on the multiple button iterating na. So we are iterating on every button we get, then we are registering the event. Okay. So whenever your UI is dynamic, this way will help you to add the events on that. Okay. Now, coming back to confirm booking. So on click of confirm booking, we already have the object. Now just we have to calculate the bill. Okay. So customer details are we have got, movie name is also we have got, number of seats so we have got. According to the movie name, we have to get the price and we have to multiply with the number of seats. And then finally bill, we have to show it into the alert box. This is the last part. How you will do it now? Got it, right? We got the movie name and we know how many seats we want. We just want to show the bill amount.
Feeds into price.
Yeah, but how you will get the price? Again, here
From that card.
from card you will get from HTML. Array, you have a movie name. You know how many seats you want. From you don't have the price over here, na? Where is price? Rate.
We have to get the price first.
Again, go back to your array, na? In your array,
Array.
you have everything. So you
Yeah.
have the movie name. Find the element. You get the rate and then you multiply it. Right? Where movie detail. Movie list dot find again. Okay. And dot movie name equal to movie object, booking object dot movie name. Right? You will here will get the movie whole data, everything. Then where total price is equal to booking object dot number of seats into movie detail object dot is that property rate. Okay, and we will display. Your total price we will display it over here. Let's see. Okay, so let's say 3 idiot is having 300 rate. Okay, let's try to book the same. 3 idiot. Number of seats 3. Okay. On click of confirm booking. From the because of the movie name, you got the complete object. Right? Now you have the rate. Total price 900. Got it? Else, if you want to do, you can just show whatever the data you have filled, and you can create a ticket like structure, and there you can print the total amount. Okay, understood? Clear all? How we complete?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's what I said. Every time whenever you are working in JavaScript, you get to use find, filter in so many scenarios. Again, so many advanced scenarios we can involve over here. But again, it would have been very long. So I am limiting it. But you can use include, find, filter, right? Let's say instead of find, I want to use filter. Okay. Now what will change in my logic? Instead of find, I'm using filter method. What will change in my logic?
All matching elements will bind.
So what we will get it over here now?
Array. We'll get array.
Array, right? So every time when you access the element, you have to go with 0. Correct?
Yes.
But again, you should add a check also. It should not contain more than one. That check we have already done. When we are adding a movie name, movie name should be duplicate, right? That we have already taken care, right? So anyone in your project having Sonar implemented, you have to fix Sonar issues. Anyone have worked on Sonar?
Yes.
Right? So if you have code like this and if you have Sonar in your issue, na, what warning it will provide? You will have one code smell over here in this function. This function will work fine, but Sonar will provide you one issue. This function is not correct. One code smell will come over here. So see, you are getting an array over here. And from that array, you are directly accessing by particular index. Did you check if it has element or not? Let's say you don't get any element. Somehow, let's say you did whatever the movie name you pass, no element is there. So then this line will break. It can break, right? So you have to always add a check. If this dot length is greater than 0, then only this should code. Then like this code smell you handle. Then it will remove the warning from your code. Because if you are accessing by index, you didn't check the length, na? How you know, like every time you will get the list over here? Getting it? Like this. Fine. So this will complete our JavaScript application. Again, 1 and 2 things only that were new we have saw, but remaining where we have already taken care. Anyone having any doubt?
No.
Okay. So just like this, all logical you have to start now. Plan selection, train booking, movie booking. You can forget about this. This is very unnecessary thing. Okay, now this is ours only. One more movie is there. This. Okay. You can try it, but it needs so many, whatever we have seen it na document.add event listener. You have to use that over here. Okay. So no need to do this. Calculator also you don't need to this. Zoom rental car application. This also you can do. Okay. So see over here. So let's say you are running, you have a, let's say, what do we say? Let's say some business is there who is renting car. That car rental businesses are there. So you will add all the data over here. Maruti 800 rate per hour. Okay. Per hour you are giving us 300. Per day you are giving us 500. Add one car you have added. As soon as you add the car, that car will populate over here also. Okay. Now Mahindra car is per rate is 400. Per day is 700. Add car. Okay. So you will add all the data over here. Now let's say Maruti 800. Let's say one customer came and he want to book. So Maruti 800 he wants. Rent type. Does he need by day or rate? Day or per hour? So let's say he need it by day. How many car for how many days? If it is day, we need to ask now how many days. Let's say 2 days. How many cars? 2 cars. So what should be his total bill? What should be his total bill?
2000.
2000.
Right? Got it? And you can add multiple also like this. Let's say Mahindra he wants by hour. So 2 hours. Number of car only one. See. Okay. So whatever the data you have filled over here, every time by selecting this while doing the calculation, what you have selected, according to that you will calculate. Okay. On click of clear, everything should get clear. Whatever the data you added over, that you will use it over in the booking. In hotel order. This is relatively easy. You just have to show this, select it, enter quantity, add sandwich or sandwich, calculate bill. Okay. Just like this, again, grocery list also there. Rice to add. Sugar 3, 4 add. Now rice is already added with quantity 2. Let's say user has added one more rice. So what should happen? One more entry should get added or quantity should get updated? One more entry should get added in the table or existing quantity should get updated,
Existing quantity.
right?
Be
So
updated.
if you click on 3, see 5 and rate got updated. Okay. So like this simple tasks are there, but it will help you to develop your logic. To do app also on click of add, you should be able to add it, right? Like this. Then student registration. So here you can see first name, middle name, last name. Once you add everything, see your full name is getting generated automatically. Okay. Caste. If you select OBC, nothing happen. If you select other values, other drop down is coming. Getting it? 12%, 60, 70, graduation 60, average 63, mobile number it's 9999888877. Now see registration number, how it creates. Logic is over here. Create registration by number using first name plus last 4 digit of your mobile number. Why it is not creating again? First name, complete first name, na? Last 4 digit of the mobile number. This is not only first time it now why it is coming chin. Let's write one more time. See. So your first name plus you have to extract last 4 digit. That's how you create your registration number. Okay. So everything is mentioned over here. Then movie set selection. You don't have to do it. Identity proof selection. If you select Aadhaar card, see placeholder is changing. Okay. Aadhaar card. If you add anything, validate, is saying invalid because Aadhaar card has particular format. It's valid. If I select PAN card, if I pass any random value, it's saying invalid. If you pass the correct value, got it? So based on this value, your on click of validate, you have to validate if the correct data is there or not. And on change of it, you have to change your placeholder also. Okay. Dynamic tab. See, whatever the tabs you select, respective div should change. These are the reusable component what we do in Angular. Okay. We have multiple tabs. See, multiple selection. If you select drawing again, if it is selected, that should get unselected. On click of get selected hobbies, you see online games and drawing you are able to get. See. Okay. Like this. Then data list picker. So if you can see available state, selected state. If you click on Punjab, this Punjab should get added over here. I think I didn't do the code. Okay. If you select on Maharashtra, Maharashtra should get over here. If you click on Goa, if it is in the selected state, it should give to the, it should move to the, it should get removed from over here. Okay. Then dynamic UI. So this, in when you work with any project, if you have so much of data in your form, so instead of showing it in a very big form, what you can do, you can categorize that. Let's say personal detail. Again, in personal detail, you have basic information and address information. If you click on job history, see, tabs are changing. Getting it? So based on the top tab, your sub tabs are changing. And if you click on this, then your form should populate. I didn't do the code. Let's check if I did the code or not. No, hide and show I didn't do. So for every tab, company detail, you will have small form. Experience, you will have small form. Description, you will have small form. Live link, you will have small form. Skill, you will have small form over here. So whatever the tab you select, only that form should be visible over here. If I go to the personal and address, only address should be visible. If I go to the job history, company detail, so company detail. At a time, only one form should be visible according to the tab selection. This is really live example, but try it. Okay. So all the example apart from your movie booking, this one you have to try. Okay. You try it, you come back with me. If you are not able to think, right, then I will help you. Okay. But those who are feeling or you are getting you are not having that much confidence, like even though you are working for, let's say, 3 years, 6 years, but still I cannot say that I'm confident while working, my logic is clear or my problem solving skills are better. Use this task to work on that. Once you complete all this thing and try with JavaScript, because if you do with JavaScript now, every time you will find different ways to complete it. Okay. Again, once our Angular is done, you are going to complete the same task in Angular also. That will also again add on. Okay. And these are the various scenarios what normally will come when you work on the project. Okay. Fine. Anyone having any doubt?
सर जो लेक्चर्स मिस हुए हैं जावास्क्रिप्ट के तो उसकी जो रिकॉर्डिंग्स है वो
अच्छा, वो पोर्टल में बोल रहे हो?
हाँ पोर्टल
हाँ,
में
वो
सर
पोर्टल में डालता, मुझे टाइम ग्रुप में है ना वैसे अभी फिलहाल। मैसेज हिस्ट्री चेक करोगे तो मिल जाएगी, मैं डालता हूँ, टाइम ही नहीं मिला मुझे।
ओके सर
Anyone else having any doubt?
In this plain HTML, if we want to show only one element, so how do we show that? Like in Angular, we have NJ.
Here we use style display none, dynamically add CSS, display none and display block. Okay. Fine. Anyone having any questions? So from tomorrow we will start Angular. So VS Code and everything you almost everyone will have. Just Node.js you have to install. Okay. If anyone doesn't have, simply search Node.js and download it. Okay. Just go to the download page, Windows installer and download it. It's a simple application. Just click on next, and do it. Okay. Just this we need. The remaining things we will see tomorrow. Fine. But again, don't use company laptop. Try to do practice and everything on your personal laptop. Because tomorrow we have to install Angular CLI. You cannot install Angular CLI in your company's laptop. You might have project depending on another version. You cannot directly install the new one. Okay. And those who wanted majorly Angular, right? So don't miss a single session in basic. If you miss a single session, you will, all the things are dependent. Okay. Don't miss session and try to join it live. We have around 30 people in the new group only. Forget about repeaters. They don't join. Okay. From 30 people, you can see only 20 or 19 or 18 people have joined. Remaining are repeaters from the previous batches. So try recording is another thing. But when you join live, you are totally concentrated. Those who are referring recording, or sometimes you refer the recording, you will also know that when you refer the recording, it is not, you are not focused 100%. But when you are joining the live session, you are 100% focused over here. So things get clear. Okay. So try to join live session. You have not paid me for recording. Fine. Okay. Let's connect tomorrow.
थैंक
Thank
यू
you all.
सर